Hello everyone, and thanks for joining me. I'm gonna be doing some stenciling today and also try some reverse stamping. I'm gonna start with die cutting a circle. This is some masking paper from Inkadoo, and this is my card base. And I've cut this masking paper at the size of my card base here, just to know where to put my circle die. And I have these stacked circles by Tonic Studio. So I'm gonna cut my circle right about here. I'm gonna peel off the backing paper and we'll be adhering this straight onto my card. And I will be placing a stencil over this, but before I will do that, I just want to add a bit of color, at least to the edges of my circle, just to accentuate a bit the outline edge. So I have here this Abandoned Coral Distress ink. I'm just gonna use my blending tool and add a bit of that color. The stencil that I'm using is this one by Simon Says, and this is called Falling Heart. I'm just gonna place this on top and tape it down with a bit of washi tape. I'll be using this texture paste. You can use any paste you have. It can be embossing paste, texture paste, modeling paste. And mine is white, and I will be coloring this with a bit of red ink. I have this ladybug here. And I'm just gonna mix this with my ink. You can color your paste with any medium you have. It can be watercolors, markers. Just scribble a bit onto your mat or on a plastic sheet, and then you just mix them. My paste here is a bit too liquid, and I hope it will still help me get the right shape of my hearts here. And I'll try not to press too hard because this is too liquidy. I don't know why it is so liquidy. Okay, so I'm gonna remove the tape now. And I'll also remove the masking sheet. And I got a bit of paste here. I'm just gonna try to remove this with a wet cloth. And you can see here what I was saying, that my paste is too liquid and I have a bit of those shapes are not definite. And I'm gonna add a bit of glitter on top of all those hearts, and while this paste is drying, it will grab this glitter also. Now while my paste is drying, I'm gonna work on some other elements that I'll be using for my card. And I have this stamp set by Simon Says that's called We're Expecting. So I've picked one of the birds from the set, and I have here a piece of watercolor cardstock and my VersaFine ink. So I'm gonna stamp this once onto my cardstock. I'm gonna cut all these out. And now for my reverse stamping, I have here a piece of craft foam. This is regular craft foam. And I'm gonna stamp my bird here on top. And then I'm just gonna flip the foam and press it onto my watercolor paper there. Now this paper has its own texture as it is watercolor, so I may not get a perfect impression. Okay, so that's my reversed image there. You can see that the lines are a bit different than the original stamping, just because you when you press the foam a bit expands a bit, so that's why you get those lines. And just because the ink here is not as black as my first stamping, I'm gonna do generation stamping, and I'm gonna stamp this once and then another time here. So I now have both in a bit of a grayish tone. Now for coloring, I will be using one of my Lyra markers, and these are water-based. So I'm just gonna scribble this onto the side. This is a dark brown, and I have my water here to the side, and I'm just gonna add water to my image. And then I'm gonna pick a bit of that color and start where I want my shades to be. And then I'm just gonna go and cover all the image. Okay, so I'm done coloring my bird, and I've made one with a blue peak for him and a pink one for her. Now my card base here is also done. I see that the texture paste is all dry now, and it also cut some of that glitter there. It looks very, very pretty. And I will do the same to generation stamping, so that the line from their feet are not that black. Okay. And I'm gonna have them popped onto some foam. And before I do that, I have to search for a sentiment to stamp onto my card. Okay, so I've pulled out the stamp set by Winnie and Walter, and this is called The Big, the Bold, and the Happy. And I was very excited to see that I have a Valentine stamp here, so I'm gonna pick that and make Happy Valentine's Day. And I've pulled this paper out so I can trace the inside of the circle die. And kind of then rotate and bend my stamp so that they follow that line. Okay, so I'm gonna stamp it on my card now. And now I'm ready to pop my birdies. And I have some very tiny foam that's here, and these are pretty thick. They are 3 millimeters thick. They're actually too thick for what I like, but until my 2 millimeter ones get here, I will use these. And I will be giving them a bit of shimmer with my Wink of Stella. And I will be using my liquid pearls, and this is in the white opal color. And I'm just gonna add some dots, mostly because here I have some of that ink that got all over. So let's see where to put others. And I'm just gonna give this a flick from behind, so these shape into dots. And I'm gonna fold my card now. Okay, so at this point I'm gonna call my card done. I really love all that shimmer and glitter, and also my liquid pearls here. They really look like pearls. I'm just gonna leave them a while to dry. I hope I gave you some inspiration. I thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye.